Hello dear, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm also fine, thanks for this wonderful temperature. How are you by your side?
Okay, I'm so sorry about that, my friend. I just need to practice English with you. But everything is alright here. Nice to meet you. My pleasure to talk with you.
Okay, it's nice to meet you too, Nicole. Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm not good in English, I'm not that good. Just because this is not my official language, I'm not even speak of Pushto. Think so, I just speak English, just because I've been there in South Africa for several years. And I'm from Mozambique myself and I.
It's okay, no problem, my friend. I mean that me too. I don't speak
Yes.
English very well. But I can believe, yeah, over there in your country, Mozambique, it's official
Yes.
language, it's a Portuguese. Is it right or not?
I didn't get you. Please come again.
I mean that do you speak Portuguese or not?
Yes, of course.
So, the other opportunity I like to practice Portuguese with you, not only English, because
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Now you're right, and actually, I could just browse a bit on a profile picture in a part. I could see that you are from Indonesia. And if I'm not in Euro, I was just applying for a scholarship, this year, so I could just start date Indonesia. Nevertheless, I couldn't. It was select. I was not selected for such a scholarship, being so, I was obliged to stay here in Mozambique. Unfortunately, what a pity.
yes, of course, my friend. I thought so before that I'm from Indonesia. It's so far from you. But I try to
Yes.
practice English with you and the others for a language, for example, Portuguese. And now I try to speak nine for a language. I need to practice every day, my friend.
Okay.
So, tell me please, I mean that why do you need to learn English? Have you a project to visit the other countries around the world one day? Or over there in Mozambique exactly, when someone who speak English very well, it's easy looking for job or what? Can you explain to me about that, my friend?
Yeah, well, actually, here in Mozambique, they hire people, those guys who actually speak Portuguese. Besides, they can even just hire people, native speakers of English, and yeah, a lot of those stuffs. Yeah, they hardly or barely hire people who speaks English. They need people who actually speak Portuguese. But besides, great intention, just come here in Mozambique, working here, because there are some companies which hire people, which hire great speakers of English here in Mozambique. It's also normal as English is an official, it's an universal language. And even if I just come to, or even if I just go to Malaya, if I just go to, USA or another country, I will just speak English, and I'm pretty sure that several people will just understand me because this is just, a universal language.
Yes, of course, my friend.
Yes.
You're right, because English is international language. But I think that not only
Of
English,
course.
yeah. I mean that maybe the others for a language, for example, French, Spanish. And tell me,
Yes.
please, do you
Yes.
speak Spanish or not?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not that linked to the Spanish. Maybe the Russian language, I will appreciate it, but Spanish, unfortunately, I don't speak.
So I think that Spanish it's the same with the Portuguese in Italian. If you speak Portuguese
Well,
exactly, you can speak Spanish in
yes.
Italian too. Is it right or not?
Yes, of course, you're right when you think so. Nevertheless, this Spanish is slightly different from Portuguese and even this Italian. Sometimes it's really, it's like it has got some, difference, with Portuguese.
And
Yes.
you speak English
Yes, but
very
if it
well.
does,
You speak English very
I
well,
know.
my friend. Yeah, congratulations for you. I mean that.
No, not at all.
Yes, I like your pronunciation. Yeah, it's clearly. Yeah, I can understood
Okay.
everything what did you said before. Maybe
From
have you studied English at university before? Where did you learn English exactly, my friend? Are you study English yourself or at university or school before? Can you tell me about that?
Well, what actually I told you, at the beginning of this conversation is that I was actually living in South Africa, for a few years,
Wow.
if I'm not here. And then I just came here in Mozambique, and I was great speak of English. By then I just forgot English language. Just for here in Mozambique, you're just obliged to speak Portuguese. And then I just started, digging deeper in this English, I was actually admitted to a university here in Mozambique so that I can just start English. Being so, I'm just here studying English right now. Nevertheless, I'm not that great in terms of English. I'm just planning to do, or to pursue another course just abroad, or far away from Mozambique. That's just my plan. So, yes, English, yeah, I definitely learned it several years ago when I was still young.
So, tell me, please, my
Yes.
friend, your friend, your family, they speak English or only you speak English among your society? But I think that's over there in Mozambique, yeah, there are many people or students interesting to learn English, but it's not easy. It's a little bit difficult. And if you talk with someone else, tell me please, what are they? Yeah, the most difficult to learn English. I mean that's English. It's the difficult pronunciation or what? Can you explain to me about that?
Well, going directly to your point, asking whether here in my house or here in my house, better saying, if there are people that speak great speaks of English or not. Well, most of them, or the majority of them here in Mozambique and even in my house, they speak, English very well, just because we just neighbor with South Africa, and the majority of Mozambican people, they were there, in South Africa just to look for work or jobs, and they came to Mozambique, while they speak English very well, being so, they started, spreading spreading over and over again. And the majority of Mozambican people, here in Mozambique, they speak English very well.
Yes,
Yeah, most of them here in Mozambique, they speak English very well.
yes, of course, my friend. I think that in Africa continent exactly, there are some countries
Yes.
they are anglophone, and the other countries they are francophone. So I mean that
Exactly.
yes, it's easy for you to speak English because Africa consists of two four anglophone and francophone. So
Yes.
you have
Francophone, exactly.
yes, you have an opportunity to speak French because your neighbor, your friend from the other countries, they can speak different languages, not only English but also French, Spanish, just like that. Yeah. So in your
Yes.
country, my friend, I have the other question for you. That's are there many immigrants from the other countries looking for job in Mozambique or not?
Sure, 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 sure. Yeah, well, there are people from China here in Mozambique. This is the reason why there are some people, here in Mozambique who actually speak very well this language, this Chinese language. Besides, and there are people from, Malaysia. There are people from India. There are people from Pakistan. There are people from Burundi. There are people from Zimbabwe. There are people from South Africa. Think so. These guys, when they arrive, these folks, when they arrive here in Mozambique, they start spreading, as I was just saying, at first. They start spreading their language, here in Mozambique. Think so. It's really easy, to acquire their own language here in Mozambique. Just for them, just spreading it over and over again. So yeah, this is the reason why the majority of Mozambican people, they are great speakers of Chinese, of English, and even some languages, and even French. We have got great speakers of it. Yeah,
So
just for the sake of it.
you told me before that there are some immigrants from the other countries. You said that's from Burundi,
Sure,
Malaysia. And my
sure.
question for you that's have you ever meet with some people from Indonesia like immigrant in your country or not? Because Malaysian in front of the Indonesian, it's neighbor country in Indonesian, my friend. So have you
Yeah.
ever met someone from Indonesia living in Mozambique now or not?
At first I couldn't precisely, show you the person, but I can even, tell you that once I was just there, at my hometown, just trying to buy some goods there, and I come across with those people, coming from Malaysia, uh, and yes, once I came across, I bumped into someone who was just coming from Malaysia.
And tell me, what
Yes.
are their jobs? Yeah, what they do? Why they do in Mozambique? I mean, that's all of the
Yeah.
immigrants. They work just like a commercial, or
Yeah.
even they can
Mhm.
work at the government or not in Mozambique. Is it possible immigrant work of the government or not, my friend?
Well, great question. These people when they come here, people from Asia, and from several countries, when they come to Mozambique, they plan to sell goods. You know, they are linked with the commerce itself. They sell cell phones, they sell computers, they sell wash machine, they sell fridges, they sell all those stuff. Uh, they are actually briefly linked to the commerce here in Mozambique. They just focus on the commerce. They are commerciants here
Yes.
in Mozambique.
Yes,
In
of
Mozambique,
course, my
as I
friend.
said.
But do you
Yes.
know that the immigrant will become citizen of the Mozambique? I mean that most of the immigrant from Mozambique they will be back in our country, or they just stay and living married in Mozambique, or they just take a commercial in Mozambique and then they will go back to their country. Or what is it exactly situation immigrants in your country?
I couldn't precisely tell you what is their plan, here in Mozambique. If they are just planning, some of them they can even just get engaged to Mozambican people that are Mozambican ladies. But some of them they are just coming here, for their own business, just to run their own business, and then afterward they just get, back to their own country. Um, what happened the most is that people coming from Malaysia, coming from Asia, and several places around the world, they come to Mozambique, and they acquire or they look for citizenship so that they can just stay for a long time here in Mozambique, instead of shaking, as a leaf, being there, just to, to do this, what do you call it? Just to be there, Malaysian coming back again to Mozambique, no, they acquire for the citizenship, they look for this citizenship so that they can stay here in Mozambique for several years. That's what happened with these guys coming from several places around the world.
But most of the immigrants living in Mozambique, they
Yes.
speak Portuguese
Sure.
or English, my friend. All of the immigrants speak
Yeah,
Portuguese.
they at first they speak their own language,
Uh,
but then when the time goes away, they feel about speaking Portuguese,
uh,
because they are selling goods, and selling goods you need to speak very fluently, uh, our own language, you need to speak Portuguese very well,
uh,
so some of them they can even just have people translating what they need to say, some of them they are bosses here, you know they are bosses here, and they have people working for themselves, so you can, okay, for instance, you're just coming here in Mozambique and you're my own boss, and they do know properly how to speak English, and sometimes as you on boss, you can speak Portuguese just because you don't even understand this language.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm there to speak Portuguese. So
Yeah.
I'm there to be intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm there to sell you goods.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just providing you results.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do speak English. Yeah, that is
But
what happens the most here.
yeah, but most of the immigrant living in Mozambique will be accept with the native. Hello, my friend. Are you there? What happened?